Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of Days Gone. We have returned to camp after a solid 2 days out in the shit, as they like to put it in this world, and we're gonna go go on a supply run for Weaver. That's really a good time, or return to Diamond Lake Camp, which I think is the place that we are, aren't we? Yeah, we're gonna go talk to Commander Corey, Captain Corey, who is this way, I think. Let me just check the map. Yep. I don't know if he's up in that watchtower. No, here he is. Okay. We haven't talked to him in this position before.
Corporal, good. I have a job that requires your unique skills.
Hey, J-Boy.
Sure, yeah, yes, sir.
You remember Vasquez?
The man that went AWOL. Yeah, we tracked him to the logging camp, I remember.
Well, this man, Sergeant Lee Anderson, was his partner. He was about to be arrested when he killed a guard and took off.
Oh, your men have quite the code of honor.
Our men? You're one of us now, remember? I've marked the location on where he was last seen on your map. Apparently, like Vasquez, he wasn't alone.
Great.
My personal headcanon for the last episode is that after the events of episode 16, Deacon needed some time to himself to sort of clear his mind and do what he does best. And on that note, we'll repeat something that was said in an earlier episode. If somehow you have arrived in episode 18 of Days Gone, and this is your first episode, you very much don't want to see any of the story developments. We are in deep enough now that there would be very significant spoilers. We're in, I think, well over like 40, 43 hours at this point. This is our first ride out of camp with a brand new set of tires to give better traction. Hopefully that'll translate into some better fuel efficiency as well. Yeah, it does seem a little bit less floaty on the turns. Oh, I did not see that even a little bit. Oh, there they are. Oh! Feeling pretty good about the amount of upgrades we put into his melee strength. That was 3 one-hits in a row. Rickety Artist, how you doing? Gosh, Rickety said something recently that I was thinking that the next time he stopped by, I'd want to, hold on, let me just repair. I don't remember if it was like a new game that you started playing or what. I think our bike wiped out. Yep, okay. Well, that's not a big deal. We do have some scrap. I wouldn't mind if they had a vehicle here, but I don't think they do, so we'll fix it up to the best of our ability.
Too bad.
Tashir Games, how are you? Tashir got a chance to watch pretty much your entire stream. I think I missed the very, very end when it was right over to Charney, but had a really good time watching Division Force with everybody. So I hope you are continuing to have a great Sunday, even outside of that stream. It was a lot of fun. We're just getting started here, heading out on a... I don't know what you'd call this. What is the nature of this? It's not really a bounty mission. Oh, I guess it is. Yeah, somebody's gone AWOL, I believe, and our goal is to go get them. And also I see a blue circle here, so we're going to pop out and see what's up.
This is it.
Ah, here we go.
Okay, let's see. What's going on here? You're mine now.
Huh. Animal prints. Animal prints leading away from the stuffed animal. That doesn't give me...
Gotta take a closer look.
a high degree of confidence. Get up.
Which way? Gotcha.
So, Stuffed animal plus junk food doesn't lead to paw prints in my mind. We might go in there, because if there's any...
No, not a snare. No, I walked right into that shit. Damn it.
I don't know what to do. What? I hope I'm not dead.
Ah, damn it. I can't let him see me. I gotta get my gear.
Okay. Boy, this is not what I was expecting to have happen. Can we kick open the door? They didn't check the boot for the knife.
Got it.
Alright, let's listen up. Okay, she unfortunately did not have a gun. That's okay. Or at least not a gun that we can pick up.
I thought I saw someone out there.
I don't have my binoculars. I do have a rock. Okay, so we might be able to distract that fellow.
Huh?
Let's see, that guy's got a
Something's
gun.
out here. I'll take that.
Okay. Gun and 4 bullets. Let me just pick this up.
Better idea.
We're going to hold on to this until we can find something to do with it. I will take what I can get. Okay, 2 shotgun cartridges. Regrettably, you cannot throw the trap. I would really love it if you could, like, just bean somebody in the head with this heavy metal trap like in Hitman, but option is off the table. Kettle Karen is asking, how far are you in the storyline? Pretty far. I want to hesitate before I say exactly how far. If you have not played the game, then the answer to that question will be a significant spoiler. So if anybody is concerned about that, I'll give you a moment to peace out if you choose to. With that said, the answer to the question is we have recently arrived at what I'd consider sort of the second major map. We've traveled south and found that, again, huge spoiler warnings here. Oh, that was a noise trap. Okay, well, they're going to come to investigate, and we're going to let them do that. No, where did he go? Oh, okay, he decided to wait for me.
Where'd the hell he go?
Hey, buddy, why don't you come right over here? Ah, he's not going to. That's fine. The trap was a luxury. Yeah, there reaches a point in a game like this, like especially the way that this game has unfolded, that even when people see like, oh, episode 18, they may be underestimating like how unpredictable the story in this has been, at least for me. I have no idea where my stuff is, by the way. Oh, is it here? Yes. Okay, and did I get all my... Well, I'm out all of my scrap, which is kind of a bummer. But I've got that... Yeah, we're back to our regular weapons. Wow, I could have just looted that chest and then not had to go searching, but... The one concern, though, I'm not sure where my bike is. And also, I don't know where the... What was the end of that sentence? Bike and... I don't remember the next thing I was going to say. Yeah, Karen, I would say that if you've played it, then the next thing that I say will probably be of no surprise. If somebody else was to say, like, hey, what do you think about it so far? I think this game is aces. I've really, really enjoyed it. It looks like there's a lot of stuff here to pick, so I'm going to jump off real quick and grab what we can, because although I've got some cash at the most recent settlement, I feel like I'm flush with cash at one and still pretty cheaped out on the other, so I want to make sure that we get some of this stuff. Also, if we see any opportunities for scrap, I want to make sure we can pull over and grab that stuff. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. We're already at like 70-ish, maybe 66%. We're about a third down in gas, is my point. Some vehicles here.
Captain Corey, I'm at the site where Sergeant Anderson was last seen.
He still has it. Take his militia insignia. I won't have it soiled by the stench of a traitor.
You got it. St. John out.
Karen, excellent. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll catch you again. Karen's going to go play the game, and I can't blame him because this game is real good. And what's interesting is that a lot of people have been stopping by when they see it in the category, or maybe they do a search to see, like, oh, who's playing some Days Gone. And no one... Well, okay, that's not true. During, like, Episode 1, Episode 2, a couple people that I know and really like and respect stopped by and shared what didn't seem to be glowing opinions of it. And that was my understanding. But no one following, like, Episode 3 or 4, like, nobody later than that has come by with anything other than corroboration of, like, yeah, this game is super good, and we really liked it. So, I don't know, maybe my sensation, my impression of Days Gone of not being well received, maybe that's overblown? I don't know. I just feel like this game came and went very quietly and didn't get a lot of attention. But maybe that turned around after it was patched up and so forth. Nothing. Got it. Let's see. I'm probably doing pretty good on ammunition. But this is the perfect time to go in on this bounty mission. It is... ... almost 1 a.m. It's stormy, and they don't know I'm coming. So we're going to pull up the binoculars here and see if there's anybody that we can scope out from a distance. Nope. They're probably... If I was them, I would be hunkered down out of the wind and rain.
All right, Anderson. Let's go take care of business.
I don't know if anybody ever played, like, the original Witcher here, like the first Witcher game. But I remember being so impressed by the fact that when it would start storming outside, all the NPCs would run underneath, like, alcoves and awnings to get out of the rain. And it's a very simple... Well, when I say simple, it's not the most complicated thing to code. It's just the fact that somebody thought to code it. That it's an element that a lot of games just don't pay attention to. The natural human desire to not be wet and cold. If it's not a gameplay mechanic, a lot of games will just sort of disregard it.
Use this. Okay, let's take a look around. All right, where? Oh shit, wolves.
Okay, so there's an infected wolf here. I wonder if that's the wolf, the paw prints that I was tracing before.
This is it.
He says this is it. Oh, is it this collapsed spike?
All right, what have we got? Oh my God, is that Anderson, the dragon? Oh, how the hell am I gonna get my bounty?
If anybody didn't catch the end of the previous episode, Deacon had to walk his bike pretty much a kilometer or so back to base because we were completely out of fuel. And in this episode, we must have come across 7 gas cans just sort of laying around. Get this far out, I start to wonder.
Coyote lava cave. Well, nothing bad can happen with a name like Vagrant Camp. Bastards have been ambushing all the supply runs around here, haven't you? Oh, I've got to find another way into that cave.
Okay. Glowing red light makes me concerned about proximity mine, although doesn't actually top the list of concerns at this particular moment.
I gotta get into that cave somehow. Ejector.
Yeah, this is a nice bonus. So, we've done several focuses. So this one's going to be between stamina and health. And I don't feel particularly low on health. Then again, I don't feel particularly low on stamina either. I'm going to go with health. I feel like it's the least interesting, but every once in a while I want to put a point in there just to make sure that we're not falling too far behind the curve.
You're at the designated site 301, Dead Coyote Lava Cave. Ironically named since we're here inspecting the remains of a Canis lupus mutans. Runners, as the locals like to call them.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask one of you guys.
You guys?
Yeah, you know, in the research division. How'd the virus, jump?
You mean, how did it jump species?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it in cats, dogs, birds, these wolves. I didn't think it was possible.
Do you know what viral zoonotic neuroinvasive disease is, Corporal?
No, don't have a clue.
Think rabies. Just like the hooligan virus. Rabies spreads through contact with fluids. Saliva, blood, semen.
Oh, that's just gross.
And while it primarily infects mammals, lab cultures have shown that it can also infect birds, reptiles, even insects. Do you know how many mammals there are in the world?
A lot, I'm guessing.
Yes, a lot. 5,488 to be exact, depending on who you ask. All of which, cats, rabbits, dogs, horses, skunks, possums, foxes, monkeys, groundhogs, and wolves can be infected and can spread the virus.
What's it mean? For us, I mean.
The musculature of the subject. Swollen and distended radial tumor sites. The nerve. It runs 31 to 37 miles per hour. This guy, he can top out at 60. Shoot the tire off the motorcycle. What it means for us, we should be glad that most mammals are going extinct. Better them than us. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah, better them than us.
It does beg some questions about what happens to the ecosystem if an ever-increasing percentage of mammals are dying off. Are mammals more or less important to the ecosystem than insects? Probably not, but they still seem fairly important. Maybe it's just I feel mammals are fairly important. Call it a personal bias. Kind of like mammals. The muzzle flash in these low lighting conditions is really cool because it's actually completely blinding, and it's only the indicator on the compass that's giving me any sense at all as to whether or not Deacon is hitting or killing his target, which I kind of like.
Squeeze through here.
Where are you, buddy? Oh, okay. Not fully intended, but not unwelcome. I could have sworn there was at least one more wolf over here.
Got your militia armband.
So at this point, do we know for a fact that Anderson definitely deserted, or was he out on patrol and he got jumped by a couple of wolves and simply killed? Like, when he didn't come back, they assumed... Uh-oh.
Shit. Ranger.
The fact that this bear already has some shrapnel and other debris loaded into him... That was, yeah, that's the second thing that gives me a lack of confidence in this. Let's see.
Wait.
Oh, shit! There was like a new QuickTime thing where I had a chance to do like a special counterattack and I missed it because I didn't realize that's what it meant. Alright. Upgraded damage or not, I'm not sure that the crossbow bolt feels like the appropriate answer to the barbed wire partially skewered by a piece of fence bear. And I immediately noticed that I should have lured him over here to shoot the barrels out next to him. Alright, so there's one more thing that I can do in the area, and that's this camp. Hopefully it's still relatively late. Yeah, 5 a.m. If we hustle, we might be able to make it there and take out the enemy camp as well. I already refueled the car, but I think I'm still kind of low on completely out of scrap. Did I not pick up a bunch of scrap earlier? Oh, no, wait. I have 12 scrap, I think, and it requires 0 to repair because I didn't actually use it. All right, that is a relief because we might need to do some repairs. Okay, that was a little narrow.
Another one. Yeah, time to light it up. I smell a nest. Gotta be right here.
All right, bird's nest.
There's another nest.
It looks like there's one on either side there. And then we'll switch out for an incendiary bolt and see if maybe we can take out that one there. There might be another one. Yeah, right. Wait. Nope. Okay. There we go. For anybody just joining, those infected birds' nests spawn infected ravens or crows that come down, and those are bad news. They don't actually do that much damage, but they do attack in flocks, so it is easy to get turned around and wind up taking a lot of damage from small incidental attacks. For no reason, that brings to mind playing Jade Empire, which, again, speaking of games that were weirdly unpopular, Jade Empire was a game that BioWare did, I believe, between Knights of the Old Republic and the Mass Effect trilogy, and I've talked with people who played and enjoyed it, but what I haven't done, there's apparently no way inside the structure, what I haven't done is, like, it just doesn't seem to be fondly remembered. People always talk about Knights of the Old Republic, people often talk about the Mass Effect trilogy, of course, but not a lot of conversation about... So I'm just checking out these bodies. Not a lot of conversation about Jade Empire, which is, I think, a shame. Jade Empire felt very much like a labor of love to me. It felt like it was made by people who really liked old Kung Fu movies, and it was BioWare's first pass at doing a, you know, quasi-real-time combat system. It worked better than I had expected it to. I thought it was going to be a little bit clunky, similar to the Knights of the Old Republic games, but I enjoyed it a lot. I thought the story was pretty cool. I can remember exactly one character.
Get out of here alive. Bunch of rapists and murderers.
Yeah. Once again, I wrote up a little bit too fast. Hello to Rhino. I hope you're having a great... Sorry, I keep forgetting the day. Sunday. Partially, I'm forgetting the day because,
Men coming. What?
Whoa.
Open fire! You
Okay.
gotta stop moving. Shut up.
How do you like that, huh?
In a rare twist, I actually have tomorrow off. So, by the way, and we'll probably cover this a little bit later, look for some streams tomorrow. Hopefully, what I'd like to do is do one early. My concern is that my producer does not have tomorrow off, so there would be... I always feel a little bit nervous flying solo, you know, doing solo, because those are the... If you ever see one of our episodes where, like, I stream with a muted mic for 20 minutes before, like, realizing it, that does tend to be the times that I've set up myself.
Sons of bitches. You like to set up ambushes, yeah?
Okay, I'm going to see if we can use one of those residue bolts. Don't hit him in the head. Yep, right in the knee. That's exactly where you want to hit with that. Okay, that's a new enemy type. I don't want to shoot our unintentional ally. Go! Woo, okay. All right. This is not going my way. But let's see how the flamethrower guy feels about a frag grenade in his back.
Damn it. Freakers.
Any ideas what killed that guy?
Here, catch! Come on. Son of a bitch.
I don't think we get to use his weapon anymore. I do wonder, all of a sudden, if you can kill him without detonating the backpack, do you then get to use a flamethrower? Because based on the snarling that I hear outside, that seems like it might work out real well. Also, since...
That's it. Roads will be a little safer now. I mean, not much, but a little.
Since looking it up, this is the second episode in which we were able to avoid the sound channels being reversed. You can always tell because when something's attacking me from the left, I properly turn left.
Find it.
Yeah, we will find the bunker in just a second. I'm just looking to see... Yeah, craft some proximity mines. Rhino's asking if the day even matters anymore. Actually, that's a really good point. So, if we look here, we're at 832 days gone, which I had been taking as a counter of time since the last time that Deacon had seen Sarah. And again, spoiler warning for anyone who's joining in progress, I'm a little bit surprised that it didn't reset to 0 when he reconnected with her. That would have been pretty cool because...
medical unit. Gotta find a way inside. See if there's...
Whoa!
See if there's another injector. Here's the hatch. Yeah, I knew you had one.
Okay, we gotta take this person out very quietly because...
Okay.
Yeah, we cannot bring... I did not realize there was that large of a swarm over there. Hey, Alec Nax. Alec Nax says that they're playing some Destiny 2. Destiny... So, I think I've mentioned this before. I've never played Destiny 2. Kind of want to, but my experience with the first Destiny came to be soured just due to some... just due to a bad, like, multiplayer experience. Oh, this is... I did not recognize this as being a hatch. Yes, please. Alternatively, Rhino might have been asking, does the time of day even matter? And it certainly does for the infected, because they get a lot more health and, I believe, more damage after the sun goes down. This is not a rare example, but an uncommon example of a game that I'm kind of curious to revisit it someday on a higher difficulty level. Like, someday there'll be like an opening in my schedule. Man, Days Gone, that game was so much fun. I really like that. You want to play that on hard or hard 2.
Okay.
Oh, I was 0 for 2 on my guesses. Rhino was talking about, does it even matter what with being cooped up in quarantine in the real world? Okay, craft recipe unlocked. Explosive bolt. So this time I see what I unlocked. In the end of the last episode, I unlocked a crafting recipe and didn't pick up on it. Okay.
Crafting. Yes, good.
So, crafting recipe, I like the fact that we've unlocked the explosive bolt for a specific reason. I think it's here under trophies. There's one here. So, 3 down, variety is second column, second from the bottom. 2 out of 5 varieties of Spice of Life, kill an enemy with every type of crossbow bolt. I actually have not killed somebody with the incendiary bolt. Also, I'm slightly distracted by the one just below that. You've got red on you, which is a reference to Shaun of the Dead, but why on earth would it be exactly 541 corpses? Loot 541 items off of corpses. Rhino's saying that Destiny 2 multiplayer is not bad. So, specifically what happened to me, and when I tell this story, people will undoubtedly say, oh, it would have been easy to solve. So, yeah, just bear in mind that I didn't know what to do about it at the time and felt very frustrated. There was like a daily quest. Wait, I'm not sure this is going to be a good time for this story. So, clearly, I'm not going to be able to do this. I vote, let's check out the attractor bomb. We've never used one before. I assume, based on its name, that it will both draw the enemies in and then detonate. And fortunately, Deacon can toss like a quarterback. I assume that explodes? Yes, it does. Okay, that doesn't mean they're all dead though. So let's maybe follow it up. Nope. Hold on. That's okay. We can deal with this. What? Not 100% what I intended, but it did get us to safety. Zombies can't figure out ladders or falling. Okay, let me put this bomb away before I set it off for myself. Also, look how little ammunition I have. Nothing in the shotgun. Basically nothing here. I think I might need to leave. I'm not sure that I can do this with this level of supplies. Oh dear. I don't suppose... Oh, there's a bed here. So I'm actually going to rest. We're going to see if maybe we can wait the zombies out. Let the clock roll forward 12 hours. Like, for a split second, I thought I fell through the world. Like, you know how when you just, like, clip through the geometry? I completely forgot that there was a hatch in there. Okay. 12 hours later, surely the zombies have left by now. And now we can sneak out of here and come back with a little bit more ammo. Mia, hello. And thank you very much for the shout-outs. Okay, so we've got, like, 16 bullets. Like, that's not enough to do anything with. Well, you know what? If we can infect... Oh, did they leave? Oh, look, they just left. Oh, this is much better than I'd hoped for when I went to bed. Okay. Okay, now, this is a destructible object, but if we blow it up, any zombies that are in the area are going to come back. So, let's look very carefully. We're going to play Spot the Speaker again. Yeah, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your perspective, the day of the week actually does still matter to us, because we're both, dragging our sorry butts into work every day, every work day. But as said on previous streams, it is better than the alternative where people are without work. So it's tiresome and stressful, but you know, there's people who have it worse. So we'll just continue to roll with that. But yeah, for me, super glad to have Monday off. So we expect to do some streaming tomorrow as well. So I'm going to be following some power lines and trying to locate additional speakers. There's probably some on top of this building, but I want to just check the outer locations first, because that tends to be where I overlook them. As we go, just an interesting note. How am I going to get this, though? So I don't really want to shoot my bullets here, but we're going to use the suppressor to take that down. As we go, the free game, as of this moment on the Epic Game Store, is Civilization 6, which is another game.
West. I guess Nero didn't want anyone getting to the coast.
Yeah, I guess not. And there's no way a human could navigate this, so I guess we just will never see the coast. Civilization 6, very much like Days Gone and whatever other game we were talking about a minute ago, has a weirdly, and in my opinion, hugely undeserved negative reputation. I really like Civilization 6, and I would say that when the cost is free, it is worthy of your time to at least add it to your library. You know, if you've heard bad things about Civilization 6, you know, whatever, it's free. I know a guy who added it to it. Sorry, this corpse twitched, and I don't know if that was a physics thing or if this person might still be alive. He's missing a lot of his face to be alive, so we'll just stride away from that. Civilization is an excellent game, Civ 6. I really like it, and I like it more with the expansions. But even without them, it's very well put together. And one of the big improvements, in my view, is the fact that it instead of just having your city be a single tile and all of these buildings and facilities and everything is just sort of somehow fit into this one patch of land, Civ 6 says, well, very few cities have large military encampments like barracks and armories and so forth, like functional locations inside the city walls. So in Civilization 6, that's going to get offloaded to a district outside the city. And you're going to have to determine where to put that, because it turns out that the people that live there don't want a large, noisy military encampment right next to where they live, so you've got to parcel that out a little bit away from town. And by the way, the area that you dedicate to the military encampment then cannot be used to grow food or do scientific research or be a large art house or anything else. And it's like that for all the districts. So it really encourages you to weigh how you want to use your land, your available land, and it forces you to make some decisions on how you want to specialize your cities, because very, very few cities are going to be good at a large number of different things.
Fuse blown.
What I mostly like about Civilization games, by the way, we're still cutting speakers and investigating how to get the power back on. What I really like about Civilization games is the kind of light alternate history scenarios that you can get in, and the storylines that emerge from the decisions that you make, both in terms of the choices, like what you're trying to accomplish and what the enemy AI tries to do that. And one of my all-time favorite stories, there's something vibrating here. It is... Oh, I guess it's just pointing me to this. Right, I have to investigate this to find out where the fuse is.
Gotta get a fuse.
One of my all-time Civilization stories was from Civ 4. And I know it's not Civ 6. I enjoy Civ 6 a lot. But this one was a keeper for me. I usually played France in Civ 4 because they were sort of the cultural kings, and you could really focus on expanding your borders and taking over the world by dint of your high culture and movies and plays and stuff like that. And I just really liked that as a gameplay mechanic. And in Civilization 4, so here I am, I'm France. And there's lots of other nations in the world, but I'm mostly playing landlocked. I didn't have a lot of coastline to work with.
Take a closer look.
And to my immediate north is Spain. Now, beyond Spain, which is run by, like, Pedro II or whatever, there is the nation of Byzantine, which is run by Justinian I. And one day, just like a random Thursday in the year 600 AD, Justinian I of the Byzantine Empire decides that he's going to declare war on me as the French. And he starts sending large streams, like big armies down to attack my people and try to destroy my stuff and burn my cities down. And that would have been irritating all on its own because of how unprovoked it was. But he had open borders with Spain, so he could move his troops right through Spanish territory, and I couldn't send my troops back because I didn't have open borders, and Spain wouldn't give them to it. So if I decided to strike back, I didn't have access to a coastline, and the only option I would have would be to declare war on Spain first, carve a path up through Spanish territory, and then get to the Byzantines. So I could not strike back. So from, let's say, 600 AD until about 1700 AD, Justinian I would send large squads of archers, knights, swordsmen, spearmen, eventually early gunpowder units, musketmen, down in these large armies, and I would have to build up my military to defend against him. So I built a whole bunch of forts, and I sort of got him funneled into this mountain pass, and the losses were catastrophic. But I was able to hold the line right at the Spanish border, and he never actually penetrated deeper into my territory, never destroyed any cities. 1,100 years, this jackass sent units at me, and he wouldn't make for peace, and I couldn't get open borders, and I had no way to strike back. And then one day, 1750 AD, he finally said, "No, I'm bored now. I declare peace." And I said, "Okay, thank you very much, Justinian. I really appreciate that. I feel like it's been a long road, but we've both learned something, and we will hopefully forge a new relationship from here." And then instead of paying all that money into my military budget here in Civilization 4, I started putting it into science. And I had my scientists develop ideas about uranium and rocketry and intercontinental ballistic missiles. And then one day, in the year 1910, I launched several hundred nuclear missiles into the Byzantine Empire. There was no warning. no foreshadowing, no demands. I nuked every single Byzantine city on planet Earth. I killed all of them. And then I took the very large army full of tanks and anti-aircraft guns and everything else that I could muster, and I sent them north through Spanish territory. And Pedro II called me up and said, "Hey, you don't have open borders here." And I said, "Yes, I do." And Pedro looked at my stuff and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's right, you do." And I marched north all the way through Spanish territory, completely unmolested, and I burned every single Byzantine city to the ground. I did not capture a single one. I burned all of it. Every farm, every road, every trading outpost, every city to the ground. All of it. And as the nuclear winter took over the planet and the ecology collapsed and everyone started starving to death, I said, that's why you don't make me participate in wars for 1,100 years for no reason. Did I win the game? I don't know. I feel like I did. And that's my story of Civilization 4. I loved it. I am still to this day incredibly angry at Justinian II. And why do I not have a fuse in my hand? Is this it? It is.
Fuse.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me be clear, because this is the problem with Civilization. In the real world, don't do that. Genocide is bad. In Civilization 4, don't make me be in a war for 1,100 years, or else I will eradicate your culture from history. I'll make sure that no one remembers you, even if it means that there's no one alive to remember you. And that's how I'll win the game. Okay, wait, I have a fuse. Where do I... I got very caught up in my memory. I don't remember where the dumb fuse box is. It's on one of these guys. I'll find it in a second. That is, by the way, that's the problem with streaming Civilization for me. Oh, and hello to Lonely Lucifer. And Aleknax is recommending Destiny 1 as there being enough story for a good stream. That's not a bad idea. You know, I did enjoy the story beats in there, and it would be interesting to reconnect with some of the characters ahead of Destiny 2. And I never quite finished the story in Destiny 1. There it is. Is it? Sorry, we are going to move forward. I'm looking for the fuse box so that I can jam the fuse in, and then we'll find the... It's not on the map, is it? No. Cannot fast travel. Yep, and there's the bunker. There it is. Okay.
Now we're in business. I'll let you do it.
Yeah, one of the issues with Civilization games in general is because you are dealing with real-world cultures, you have to be... I feel like I have to be extremely careful about what I say because, you know, like the Byzantines, for example... If I go on a screed about what assholes the Byzantines are, there's probably not a lot of them watching the stream, but you never know. And I'm not talking about actual real-world Byzantines. I'm talking about video game Byzantines. Like, in the world of Civilization, Gandhi is the hardest motherfucker that you've ever met. He's awful. And the one thing that you can count on with Gandhi is that he will, at some point, just start indiscriminately firing nuclear weapons everywhere because apparently, I don't know, it was a coding bug at one point, and then everybody thought it was funny, so now it's just part of like Civilization lore that no matter what version of Civilization you play, Gandhi is the worst threat to life known to man. I am now looking for the... So I need two things. I need a gas canister, and then I need a... generator to jam the gas canister into. Here is a gas canister.
Fuel.
Like, here's an example from Civilization 6, and this one's much shorter. I played a game through as the Nubians, and one of the things that the Nubians are extremely good at is commerce. So when I was playing, like, that's sort of like how their civilization is built. They get a lot of bonuses to gold production and stuff. So I decided to amplify that by creating my own religion. And rather than using an existing religion, I created my own religion called Nubianism, which is just a play on Nubia. And the religion was all about money. Money, 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 money. For every, like, follower, for every few followers in the world, I would get a little bit of extra gold. And for every city that was following Nubianism as their primary religion, I would get a little bit of gold and so forth. Like any way to maximize my monetary income was everything that religion was about. And it worked like gangbusters. I had, like, money hand over fist, no problem. I was set for cash the entire game. Hold on, there's a speaker up there that I did not get. And that's great. That's a great way to sort of, like, play to your civilization's strengths and to nail that. But imagine doing that on stream, and then imagine not using a fictional religion for that. Imagine playing a game on stream where you are playing as the Christians or the Muslims, and you have customized the religion with that name to be all about money. All we care about is money. And all you talk about in relation to this real-world religion is how much money you can make off of it. That feels like a very dangerous minefield. So if I ever do another stream of Civilization 6, it will continue to be with completely made-up religions, and preferably civilizations or cultures that are no longer, like the Mayans we'll go with. Let's play as the Mayans. There's not a lot of them to complain about my weak portrayal. Where is the freaking thing? My grossly inaccurate historical representation of what the Mayans were. They were just added in an expansion pack, which is why they came to mind. Hold on. Clamber up here. All right, if we follow the wires... You know what I need? And this is not a complaint about the game. This is just very specific to me. What I personally need is a generator that's like a bright orange. Like something that really visually sets it apart from the other objects in the game. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm following the power lines now because one thing that you know about the generator is that it's definitely connected to the power grid. There it is. So I walked past this so many times. This is the generator.
Here we go.
Alec Max is asking, how do you manage to laugh at yourself? Well, so I think especially if you're going to stream, I think that it's important not to take it or yourself too seriously. If you, like, I'm going to hit this generator because I think we've gotten all the speakers. You know what? Let's just do it because I don't want to delay. We've been wandering a little bit too long. All right, fingers crossed.
Busted.
Okay. My advice to you or to anybody who starts streaming is that if you start a stream to show the world how good you are, the world is going to have something to say about that. So I think it's important just to take your successes and failures as they come. Is this started now? There we go. And we did it. Okay, see, that took a little bit of time, but we got all of the speakers. No alarms heading off.
Okay, let's see what we got in here. Oh, another one of those micro recorders. Yeah, whatever happened here.
They'll think the power went down.
Oh, we can to get out. Quiet.
Yeah, the Nero injector. Let's see if it still works.
The militia. My second run-in with the sons of bitches. Guess you won't be overseeing any more corpse disposals.
Lights. Focus.
Yeah.
Focus.
You know what? I'm not gonna miss it. Not one bit. It was like using a shovel to stem the tide coming in. A goddamn waste of time. I hear you. What are you gonna do now? I'm not gonna join those bastards, I'll tell you that much. I've got a survey map. We were gonna dig corpse disposal sites. Fuck it. Might as well call them what they were. Mass graves from here to Sea Rose Beach. That's where I'm headed. Sea Rose Beach. Got a nice ring to it. The coast? Can I go with you? Why the hell not? Name's Sinclair. Martine. So, how many MREs you got in there?
Yeah, well, the coast ain't such a bad idea. At least I haven't seen any freaks who can swim. Well, hope you made it, Marty.
Wouldn't it be awesome if, like, Act 4 of this game is, like, out on the coast and, like, all the freakers have, like, fins and gills? It's not quite the one I intended. So I intended to shoot her in the head with a deadly bolt, not a scream now and bring everybody over bolt. Okay, let's try that a little bit less stupid this time. Be dead. Okay. So I don't have the ammo to deal with this. And my bike is facing the wrong way. We might just have to deal with it. Go! Okay. Yep. I don't know that I'm technically far enough away, but I really want to get this while I happen to be here. The Real Elite Ninja says, so happy to have finished this game. So this is going to fall into one of those games where I'm very much looking forward to finding out what happens, but it's not going to be a game, I don't think, that I am... Like, you ever have those games where you enjoy them so much that you're sad to see them go? For me, personally, and we're going to stop here because there's ammo in here, and boy, can I use it. Get knifing, buddy. You enjoyed them so much that as much satisfaction as you feel for having finished it, you're sad to see it go. That was how I felt about Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was, like, bordering on becoming a safety blanket. Oh! Another example of that for me was Super Mario 64. Also, there's a... Oh, that's on the path. Okay. It's a search circle, but we're going to go check it out. I vividly remember realizing that I had done everything that I could find to do in Super Mario 64, and I was...
This is it.
Earnestly sad about it. Like, I had enjoyed the game so much, and it was so revolutionary. And here's a fun thing. I never really revisited it. I played it here and there a couple times, but I never went back and did the full 100% run in Mario 64. So I'm looking for the thing that vibrates, and it's...
Damn it, Marauder Patrol.
Well, they're headed the other way, so...
All right, where? There you are.
I very much agree about the story. It is... The gameplay mechanics in this are fun and well done. For a variety, like, fun isn't a very useful thing, but it is the story beats that have been sort of drawing me along. It's the characters and the way that they interact. It's something that we've talked a bunch about in recent episodes, and I continue to be so impressed by the way that the game is put together.
All right, what have we got? You're mine now.
these guys are active, so we're gonna... Come on out, buddy. I feel like we've got conflicting tracks in terms of what we're looking for. Do you think I can nail these guys from here?
Yeah.
No, it went right over their heads. Darn it. Well, I don't know how many more of them there are, so we're gonna continue to use the silencer.
Burn, freak, burn!
Second one didn't die. Okay, now I think we're good.
Oh, Jesus, something went down. Wonder if the poor bastards had anything worth looking for.
Also, I hope I didn't just contribute to this. It's interesting. A lot of people, I feel like through Twitch in particular, I've met a lot of people who can't do scary games. And of course, twitch.tv/morethanamiya, one of the moderators here, started off with scary games. For me, I've never streamed a scary game because I'm not sure that I would be particularly entertaining for it. But I very much like the idea of horror games. The most effective horror game that I personally have ever played was a little something called Fatal Frame 2 on the original Xbox. This was a game that got inside me in a way that I had to stop playing because I started having incredibly effective nightmares about it. The one that stuck with me, and forgive me if describing the dream fails to properly communicate what the sensation was of having it. So at the time I had a big TV, a big tube-style CRT TV in the bedroom, and it was actually the same one that I played on. So I would actually play Fatal Frame 2 very late at night, and then I would go to sleep in the same room. So one night I had a very vivid dream that I woke up in the middle of the night, and there was like this light on, and I looked around, and I'd left the game on, and the girl in the game, because you play as twins in the game, she was facing out of the screen like this, which I'm not even sure was possible. And I felt that was really unnerving, so I got up and I went to turn it off, and I realized that her eyes were tracking me as I moved across the room. She could see me through the screen. And then she reached up and she pressed her hand flat against the screen. You could sort of see the skin sort of press against the glass. And I realized that she was trying to get out. And I turned and I went to the door and I put my hand on the doorknob to open it, and the knob was stuck. And then what's worse than that is my hand was stuck to the knob and I couldn't let go of the door. And this touched off any claustrophobic nightmare that you've ever had, that I was sort of trapped and I couldn't get out. And then something turned and I realized that she wasn't trying to get out of the screen to get me. She had been trying to get my attention to warn me, because there was something on the other side of the door that was a lot worse. And I heard something start scratching on the other side of the door with the knob that I couldn't let go on, and this sort of like rising tone like it had in the game. And that was around the time that I woke up, and I never played that fucking game again. Oh, like to this day, that dream still gives me chills. And like when you just hear it, nothing happened, but it turned my blood to cottage cheese. I woke up just heart pounding. It was a very, very intense dream. Also, I came here looking for something, and I don't feel like I ever found it. So I guess I'm just going to keep going back to my bike then. That was the most effective scary game that I ever played. A similar thing was, this is nowhere near as specific because I don't really remember the dream anymore, but Eternal Darkness on the GameCube. And by the way, if you ever look at these games with your modern eyes, you'd say, this is a joke. How could anybody find this scary? Well, at the time, this was, these games were very effective. Eternal Darkness is not really a horror game, not really, but it's designed to be deeply unsettling and to make you question what is and is not real. And the only thing I can remember about what happened with it is that I'd, again, been playing it very late at night because, to me, watching a scary movie or playing a scary game with sunlight streaming in the windows, just, you're intentionally ruining it for yourself, as far as I'm concerned. And let me be clear, if that's what you need to do because otherwise it's too overwhelming, it's not judgment. For me, I want to get the full effect of it, right? I really want to feel it. And so I would play Eternal Darkness very late at night. And if you've never heard of it, Eternal Darkness did a lot of like meta game stuff to really screw with your mind, like really make you uncertain as to what was and was not happening in the game. And I just remember that I'd been playing it very late at night. It's not a very interesting story because I don't remember the dream. And I had a dream that was so vivid that when I woke up, first of all, it was a very, like, it was another dream that made me very tense. But it was so vivid that when I woke up the next day, I earnestly could not remember what had been the game that I had played the night before and which parts had been the dream. And when I went to play the game the next time, I was completely lost because I could no longer remember. Like, it was one day later, and the dream had so overshadowed the actual events in the game that I felt suddenly weirdly disconnected from it and wound up stopping from that. It wasn't that I was scared, it's that I got very confused because the dream had been so realistic. Oh, sorry, I went to read the comment about the Dark Crystal Night. I'm not sure that I've seen the Dark Crystal. I don't remember that by name. A game that I do very much want to play on stream, and it's not going to be the next game that we play, I would really like to play Alien Isolation on stream. I think that game has a very good reputation. I like the universe of Alien, if not all. Here's the thing I like about Alien Isolation, because I don't know a lot about it. What I do know is that it, rather than casting you in the shoes of a space marine who's going to gun down 100,000 aliens, it casts you in the shoes of like a regular ass person who is in an environment with an alien, and that's the situation that you have to survive. That to me is so much more fresh and enticing than Space Marine number 105, who also has the pulse rifle and the auto turret, and hopefully you get to be in an auto loader at some point. I feel like that's been done so many times that the premise of Alien Isolation of it is you versus like this environment and this menace, and I think that would be a lot of fun. So look for that someday. It's not our next game, but it's on the docket. It's not a road.
Gate, hold on. It's Corporal St. John. Open up.
MDM's asking if there's a YouTube channel because the game reviews would be good. So the answer is no, but I've been thinking a lot more about that recently. The problem is with the production time that it would take. When you see somebody like Joseph Anderson or Pushing Up Roses or like LGR Reviews, every 10 or 15 minute video that they put up takes hours to put together. It's a huge amount of work to do something of even moderate quality, and I have all the respect in the world for them, and for me it would just come down to time.
Captain, I found your man, Anderson, and you were right. He still had his militia insignia.
He's dead?
Let's just say that he had a run-in with a pack of wolves long before I got to him.
It's a fitting end for a murderer and a thief.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Corporal. Dismissed.
Alec Knight is saying don't play Alien Isolation in VR. No worries there. And also hello to Club. I hope that you had a nice weekend. I know that it was a little bit truncated compared to the amount of time off you had been hoping to get, but my hope is that that has allowed at least some rest. Okay, so we did the... sorry, I'm blanking on words. The bounty. We can go do a supply run for Weaver or... Where is this? Where's the Nero checkpoint? It's way over there. And yeah, we were there before. Also... Yeah, so at some point we did find the nest that I was missing there. And the nest that I was missing here. So... Here's an interesting point. I had always assumed that if you got close enough, that's what would mark them. I could not find these in our last stream. This was the entire episode last time. And now, like magic, they are marked on the map. I wonder if the game realizes that you weren't able to find them and fills them in for you afterwards. And if so, that is an awesome feature. I really appreciate that.
So, where are you from, Lucas? Was it? I can't place your accent.
That obvious. Yeah, from Canada, originally. Yeah, I was down here on holiday with the family. Yeah, doing a bit of camping out, you know, west of Crater Lake. A wife and kids. My boys would have been 8 and 9 this year.
Canada. Oh, you're a long way from home.
Ah, tell me about it. Yeah, I was a teacher, engine repair in Calgary at the Technical Institute. Oh, you ever been? No, I guess not. Anyways, the colonel, he gave me this job, so now this is home.
And hello to, hopefully ITA Philly. I almost said ITA Fly, but noticed the I there just a moment. Thank you very much for the follow. Oh, and so Mia and everybody, I think we cracked the code on why exclamation point permit isn't working. It's because OBS Studio is not engaged. This is streaming straight from the PlayStation 4. So I think that is the reason why we weren't able to grant Alec Max the
10th Army,
posting.
Afghanistan. Like I told the colonel, I hated every goddamn minute of it. How about you?
Yeah, you got the eye for it too, huh? Me? No, nothing so grandiose. I do. National Guard, 8 years. Actually kind of love it, you know, pushing pencils and Salem and playing soldier on the weekends. But you're the real deal.
We did our part.
Yeah, we did at that. That is true. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I like hearing these little character moments. Like, this is not going to be a major character, but I do like the fact that they wrote dialogue for Deacon to sort of introduce himself to the folks. Like, we might get some more here.
Hello, Sergeant.
Yes.
That's all I got for now.
Okay, we are rested, repaired, reloaded, and...
Hey, Sarge.
Yeah, ready to go. So... What's closest, I think, is the question. Well, this is pretty close. Oh, yeah, this is super close. Then, to me, there's always the risk of, like, a horror game that'll just fall completely flat, you know, and I don't have any strong examples of that just because it's not...
Corporal St. John!
Hold on.
Wade Taylor to Deacon St. John. Taylor, I hear a bike. Tell me you're not out in the shit tracking down that drug trafficker.
Okay. I won't tell you that, but I am.
God damn it. Taylor, you're gonna get yourself killed.
No, man, no. Hey, I followed a bunch of them up the highway.
97?
Hey, it was daylight, the weather was clear, I didn't see a single freak. But there is this group of men ended up at this ski lodge. Did you even know there was a ski lodge out here? I didn't know that.
Taylor.
It's a sweet-ass setup, too. If I ever decide to bug out, that is where I'm going.
Sorry, Taylor, you were telling a really long story.
It's a sweet-ass setup, too. If I ever decide to bug out, that is where I'm going. Oh, shit! I gotta run. They're stopping at another camp. Taylor, out.
Taylor, God damn it. Stupid kid's gonna get himself killed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stopped here to get the plants and then promptly didn't. Club, yeah, what happened? Club says that he had a horror moment last night, and I'm curious for the tale. Oh, ITA is ahead. So, yes, good to meet you. Hopefully we can meet up on the other side. But, yeah, definitely do not hang out if you're in the midst of playing this and are behind. No worries on that point. I would not want to spoil it for anybody. I want to read what Club said, but I also want to pick this berry, or whatever this is. Club saying, my setup in the backyard is a shed. And he was watching a thriller movie, and during the end, the outside light was just constantly going on and off. Yeah, that would be really eerie. I remember watching E.T. There were two things in E.T. that really scared me really badly when I was young, like very young. One was the approach to the shed, and Elliot subsequently using the Reese's Pieces to lure E.T. out. The second thing was when...
You there?
Hold on.
The mine.
Good. Okay, man. You take a look around. The report I saw listed ore testing kit. You're gonna need one.
An ore testing kit. Copy that.
The center bar is kind of red, but not shiny. It'll have a dull luster to it. Gonna be hard to miss. Test the ore. It's got to be at least 60% pure, or I can't use it.
All right, got it. Testing kit. Where the hell am I gonna find an ore testing kit? Maybe one of these shacks. Nothing in here. Fuel can. I need a testing kit. I don't need fuel.
I was just going to say real quick, the point when all of in E.T., the movie E.T., where all of the scientists show up with their reflective visors, when they suddenly, like, burst out in a very dramatic way. I remember being very scared about that. And then deeply sad about what was happening to E.T. and why the scientists were being mean to him. Like, I saw that movie when I was young enough to not, like, understand what they were doing or why. And I remember my father, I think it was my father specifically, explaining to me that they were worried about infections and, like, who knows what E.T. brought in with him. And that was sort of like a way to learn about that. Also, Alec Nice is saying that he knows the person who made the original E.T. game. That would be an interesting story, because my understanding is that they had a ludicrously short amount of time to complete that project. This is me holding square, by the way. Is it gonna line up a little bit better?
Here we go. Ore testing kit. Yeah.
Club is saying that he was watching Don't Breathe. That... Boy, I have two guesses on what that is. Yeah, there's no harm in guessing. Is that the one where a group of morons break into the house of somebody that they think is an easy mark because he's blind? Is that the movie that we're thinking of? Gosh, who plays the old man, too? It's not Lance Henriksen, but he's like Lance Henriksen adjacent. Yeah, that was a good movie. I like movies that can get a lot of mileage out of a simple premise, and that's an example of it. By comparison, like the movie Buried or the movie Buried Alive, maybe it was called, or the telephone booth. I think like Ryan Reynolds was in that or somebody. Just a guy that's trapped in a telephone booth and he can't leave or else he'll get killed. Those didn't quite have enough to keep me going as we went.
Okay. What did he say? Red Rock, Dull Luster, Cinnabar. Yeah. All right.
Okay, we found some Cinnabar. Is that enough? I kind of feel like I don't want it. And by that I meant I feel like I want to come down here and see what I can find. Okay. Okay. Maybe if I'm just quiet and leave them alone, they leave me alone? Because I can't backstab them is the thing. Oh, I did not mean to come down here.
Here's the generator. Needed this.
Okay, so the guy in the phone booth was Colin Farrell, and then Stephen Lang was the guy who played the old man. He did a really good job in that movie. I enjoyed Don't Breathe. There was another movie...
Cinnabar. Yeah. Finally.
Oh, okay, so we've got to clear nearby enemies. So, if I have to clear them, why can't I... Okay, you know what we'll do? Crossbow them. We have a chance to recover bolts, and it's silent. Well, that sort of worked. There was a really neat, not really a horror movie, but like a thriller movie. And the trouble is, A, I don't remember the name of it, and B, if I describe it at all, if I try to describe it, it will ruin what I think is the best part of the movie, which I like to watch movies sight unseen. If possible, I want to not know anything about them, no trailers. I might have to burn this nesting material to get back here. Nope, there we go. Alright, so we're gonna take her first.
That's the last of them. Let's see if this pump is working.
Alright, well, we'll see if the pump is working right after we... Why? What other enemies? Those guys. Well, whoops, I didn't...
Pump. They must have had problems with flooding even back in the day. I just gotta get it, well, turned on.
I really thought I could knock that second arrow. Okay, now surely I can test the ore. Oh no! The club says something stupid happened when he was watching Train to Busan. That movie's great. What happened? I hope it didn't impact the movie.
Nice. This'll work. Alright, let's see how pure this is.
They're doing a sequel to Train to Busan as well, which I personally... So I'm really excited about it, and simultaneously I'm a little bit worried that, like, that movie was so interesting and fresh that I'm a little bit worried about their ability to pull off something that was that affecting again. But yeah, I enjoyed it a bunch.
That's pure enough. Yeah, almost enough.
According to Club, because I think the chat logs tend to get purged after a while, so I do like to read comments out loud. Club is saying that the door was slightly ajar, and it sort of like gusted open and then slammed shut really hard during the movie. That would freak me out even if I wasn't watching something as sort of emotionally raw as Train to Busan. We will not spoil anything here. If somebody's watching this and has not yet seen Train to Busan, I believe it is still available on Netflix. It is a horror movie in the sort of zombie genre, and it is quite good. I recommend it. And there's a sequel in the works, but it's not, of course, called Train to Busan 2. I just don't remember at this particular instant what it is called. It's got a name that doesn't immediately sound related, so I think they're sort of subtitling it like a sequel to Train to Busan.
Okay, here we go.
Peninsula, yes.
Yeah, that's it. Fire's going down.
And Train to Busan, that's South Korean, isn't it? Okay. Now, so we're kind of into a new area now, and I want to try to take these guys out quietly because the sound will draw them all in at once. Kind of like what's happening now. I know this is like an ongoing topic, but I feel like when this is done,
yeah,
I don't know.
Testing. Come on. Yeah, you'll do. 1 or 2 more samples is all I need.
When we play a game here that, you know, everybody really liked, like Marvel's Spider-Man, for example, I kind of assume that the people who made it don't particularly care what I think, because they've had unlimited positive feedback from everybody in the world. And if we play a game that I don't really like, I don't feel any particular need to report that back to the people that...
I need more ore. Elevator shaft. Oh, god damn it. Wonder where this goes. Only one way to find out. Gonna need more cinnabar.
I don't feel the need to report that back to the people that made it because they don't need my criticism. You know, maybe if I had something really constructive to say, but not really. You know, it's fine. With a game like this, though, where I feel like there is such a disconnect between my enjoyment of it and the general perception of it, or at least as I understand it, I really do feel like I want to, like, just let the people who made it know, like, reach out to anybody to say, hey, man, you know, or people. Okay. Hold on 1 second.
More ore.
Sorry about that. You know, hey, folks, I really enjoyed what you made. He keeps saying that he wants more ore, but I'm not sure where to look for it. Yeah, let me check this wall. So, light off, yes. What did I miss? So there's a white circle. We can see it on the mini-map. It's white on white, so it may not come out super well on stream. But there is a white circle, and I'm just checking over here to make sure that I can't, like, circle around another part of the tunnel and get in there or something. You know, we killed some freakers over here, but... Oh, wait, see? Hold on. Let me also do some crafting here if we need any of this stuff. Let's see. Traps. Yeah, make another proximity bomb. Hey, that attractor bomb worked real well. I only had the one, but now we've got materials to build a bunch more, so we'll fill that out. Okay. Club is saying, I'm not sure how well this plays to people who aren't familiar with XCOM and XCOM 2, but his thank you to the developers would be, hey, Firaxis, I really enjoy missing all my Overwatch shots, which is very good. Okay, so, wait. This is... So I'm up on top of the thing now, and I can't examine this, so this is not where I was trying to get to. Alright, so it's just jumped down now. Alright. I'm looking for I believe it's one final Cinnabar location, scraping, and in order to do it, just gotta find out. So we are now inside the white circle again. Do a quick scan. It's similar to how I really enjoy calling out streamers that don't have thousands of people following or watching, because I feel like the people that have already reached that level of success, they don't know or care what I have to say. But when you get an opportunity to draw people's attention to folks Cinnabar. Okay. To folks like He Who Dies, More Than a Mia, Tashir Games, Deacon, Toxic, Sanka UK, The Real Cutie Pie, even the Sunny Panda, who, routinely draws 100 plus, it's still
just one more.
That's such a small fraction of the folks who visit Twitch, and it's hey, check out these awesome people that we know. Which, by the way, you can find links to all those folks on our channel. Oh, it's right here. So why didn't I see that before? Oh, it only shows up when you walk close to it. Okay. Yeah, Club also prefers watching smaller streamers. Okay, leave all that by the door. Escape the mine. Oh, okay, this is the elevator.
What's up here? Another tunnel? Looks like this one was abandoned a long time ago.
I am 2/3 tempted to turn off the flashlight here. And yet I really need it. Okay. This is the kind of darkness I like. This is how video games should do dark, because it is, use the light. Yeah. All right. But let's try to be very careful about where we shine it.
A narrow beacon in here.
So I'm inherently suspicious of this because we've seen previous incidents of the Freakers setting traps. And so I'm not going to charge in. Although it looks like my caution is unwarranted.
Another Nero micro recorder.
Jesus, that's a big guy.
Sure.
Yes.
Nero
Yes, it
is
is.
up there. Just
Field note 2072. We're at Site 69. Where are we?
The Lost Cabin Mine.
Thank you. The Lost Cabin Mine. We have euthanized a specimen of Homo sapiens mutans corporosus using 10,000 milligrams of ketamine.
So just to explain real quick, I want to hear this, and I'm concerned that when Deacon goes outside, it's going to cut this recorder transmission, because he's going to want to report into Corey. So I just want to hear this recording.
Reference field note 2071, where 6,000 milligrams was barely enough to subdue the Homo sapiens mutans albino. We tracked this subject from its primary habitat and structures on the northern rim of Crater Lake, what used to be the Visitors Center, I believe, to this mine. Currently, we have no working theory as to the subject's migratory habits, living patterns, or...
How about why it's so goddamn big? Got any theories about that?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we do.
Really?
Yeah. Blood tests have shown that Homo sapiens mutans corporosus have extremely elevated amounts of anabolic steroids.
Wait, so what? Before they became infected, they were roided out?
Basically, yeah. Not that they they were all bodybuilders or athletes taking illegal synthetic androgens. Some probably had naturally high levels. The result's the same.
Yeah? What's that?
They can literally tear you in half. Come on, let's get these samples crated up and get out of here.
Roided out freaks. That's just great.
So, Club, or Tashir,
Lieutenant
or...
Weaver, this is St.
Yeah,
John.
see? Hold on.
The Cinnabar you asked for.
St. John, good. I'm almost ready for it. Oh, hold on a sec. Can I help you, Lieutenant?
Weaver, I ran out of isopropyl alcohol. Do you have any?
Yeah, I got a bottle of vodka back in my tent. Stop by later.
Jesus, you never give up, do you?
Don't be such a stranger.
Fuck off.
St. John. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, just drop off the ore as soon as you can. I got some more shit I need you to get. Weaver out.
Really? No comment about that? Not even to yourself, huh? Okay. So, here's a question for folks who might know. And what is this? Diamond Lake. The Diamond Lake encampment. Or I can go to Wizard Island. Well, let me see what else is out here. Let's see. That one's all the way over there. And I feel like most of this stuff is pretty far away, but let's look. Actually, doesn't show at all. Okay, I want to burn out a couple of these camps that I missed last time. We've got a full tank of gas, so I feel okay about it. So, hey, here's the question. Sorry, because I kept getting interrupted, and may get interrupted again. Has anybody here... I know that when Deacon... Or no, it was Haseo. When he streams from his PlayStation 4, he's using a video capture card. Somebody pitched the idea of using the PlayStation 4 Remote Play to export to the PC and then use OBS from the PC to Twitch. And I'm just curious if anybody here has tried that, if they know if other people have tried that. It actually sounds surprisingly plausible, and I'm just curious if anybody has given it a shot. Also, does it introduce any sort of controller lag? It's something that's easy to try, but if somebody immediately says, oh, no, we tried that, and it just, like, suffocated the internet connection, for example. Like, He Who Dies has the world's best internet connection, so if something doesn't work for him, I know it's not going to work for us. This is... what is the music for? What is happening? Whoa! I think I found what the music was for. Crap! Crap! Okay, we gotta get a lot more distance from this thing. Actually, go here.
Shit! Now!
Reload.
Come on!
I hope Rager ears are worth like $900. I love it. I also love it in video games when, like, you hear the musical sting before the event, and sometimes you're just very confused, as I was there. All right, let's use... yeah, just a regular bandage, I think. That's going to be plenty. Okay, so Teflon saying, and hello to Dr. Teflon, saying that there was some input lag to it. Yeah, so... So, we have a Vita, and the PlayStation Vita is a great system, and I'll hear no dissent. I really, really like the PlayStation Vita. But the PlayStation Vita also does remote play, and I've never tried it with an action game, but I used to, especially when I'm playing Persona 5, I would... Let's see how to phrase this in a way that won't get me hit. Like, go in to watch, like... Hold on. Okay, let's get some meat. We'd be watching television, we'll just say. Oh, my natural nemesis. Death. What game was it that we were playing where the enemies kept dying in, like, really dumb ways where it just sort of looked like they were squatting down or, like, just they'd ragdoll in weird ways? Because this game doesn't have that. The animals always fall over in a way that seems very animal to me. Captain KH is asking if the game has come out with DLC yet. Not that I know of, but I haven't looked. One of the running themes of this stream is that I didn't immediately think that we would go much past episode 1 because I wasn't expecting to enjoy it, but here we are. So I don't know. As far as I know, the answer is no, but that was another topic that we were touching on at least briefly, just the fact that so many people have come in just to this stream and said, boy, this game is great. Oh, I'm so excited that you get to see it for the first time. I really, really like this game. I just wonder how much of that is getting back to the developers, because I felt like the word on the street was less positive. And you know that the people that made this worked for years on it. Just for years. And you can tell, even if that wasn't the way that modern game development operates, it is... You can tell by the amount of care that went into it. And if I worked on something that hard for that long and put this much effort into it, I would personally want someone...
St. John to Captain Corey.
Sorry, let me...
St. John to Corey, come back.
St. John, I've just spoken with the Colonel. He's assigned you to the Research Division?
Captain, Research Division, or, I guess you would call it that. I'm helping Lieutenant Weaver and Lieutenant Whitaker.
Good. They can use all the help you can offer.
I don't know how much help I'm gonna be, and just sort of their errand boy for now, and actually, that's why I radioed in. Lieutenant Whitaker gave me a requisition form that says yeast.
Yeast? Hold a second. We have patrols making supply runs throughout the region. When they come across anything of potential value, they note it down. Yes, here. The yeast and other baking supplies were noted in the kitchen area of the Crater Lake Visitors Center. You know where that is?
Yeah, I could find it.
Good luck, Corporal. Curry out.
So I briefly thought that Corey was the one who was hitting on Sarah earlier, and now I realize that was Weaver, who is a different character, who, between you and me, I don't actually remember which one Weaver is, but I'll probably recognize him when we see him again. Also, Teflon has been very helpful in looking up that Days Gone is a completed project. There was some free DLC, but that is all that it is scheduled to receive. Okay, this is my patented, I probably shouldn't have gotten off the bike here.
That's it.
I can smell it.
Okay, so how do we want to handle this? Probably incendiary bolt followed by bomb. That, of course, was not an incendiary bolt because I can never, ever...
Another nest. Let's go.
Okay, and now let's just pipe bomb them, yeah? Oh, I should just run away from this guy.
Come on.
Nope. Oh, just load it up all day, Deacon. Okay. I would just like to note for the record that I would not be able to load a crossbow faster than that. So it's just the tension of the moment that makes me cross with Mr. St. John. Captain is asking if I've beat the game yet. Nope, no. First playthrough and have not beaten the game yet. Also, we'll be wrapping up pretty soon. If Chivalry or More Than a Mia or anybody is here, if they could just let me know when twitch.tv/More Than a Mia comes up, we're going to be winding down and getting ready to toss over to her for her Slow and Steady Sundays. They are the streams in which she gets to advance her story in Graveyard Keeper. If you are unfamiliar with Graveyard Keeper but like Stardew Valley, you should give it a look. Graveyard Keeper is a... when we say darker or more gruesome take on Stardew Valley, it's that it substitutes the sort of bright, happy, farm life, fun aesthetic of Stardew Valley for something that is more about, you know, taking bodies, you know, cadavers that come in to be buried, slicing meat off of them to sell at the local delicatessen for a little bit of money, or cooking it up yourself, grinding their bones into usable alchemical formulas, and removing their brains to work into a fine paste that you can then use to make yourself walk faster. You know, stuff like that. It's a very, very good game. It would trick you on the first glance as being just a Stardew Valley clone, and it is actually anything but. It basically takes the general design, the pixel art design aesthetic, followed by the... Boy, where is this? It's up on top, so let's ride the bike around. Club's looking for made a clip and is looking for it but can't find it. So the answer to that will vary depending on at what point in the future people might be watching this. At the moment, the way to get to the video section is like you have to go to the channel, so twitch.tv/auspiciousangel, and then you have to... So I'm trying to figure out how to get here as well. Oh, and let's refuel the bike, because we know that can be an issue. Then you have to go to the videos tab and change the filter to clips. Oh, and actually, Club, you know what? To see your own clips, if you go to your settings in your Twitch profile, one of the settings under Video Manager or whatever is there's a setting for clips in there. It actually exists on a different tab from the regular one. Yeah, Twitch is weird, and everything that I just said is liable to be incorrect if you are watching this at any time other than late May 2020. Because Twitch loves nothing more than to reconfigure their interface. And, you know, hey, sometimes they have a better idea about how to organize stuff. Personally, I think that... I feel like there's elements of Twitch that are handled by completely unrelated divisions, and that's why there tends to be a lot of crossover between different sections of the interface, where sometimes it's laid out one way, sometimes another way, and who can tell what and why.
Another bounty. There's another one.
Nope. Okay. Hold on a second. This just got very alarming.
Come on.
Okay, I think we have an incendiary bolt to fire at this. And by the way, this is going to bring out another bunch of guys. So let's try to get that, and then we'll pipe bomb it. I just like it when the mission complete comes up in the middle of a combat roll. Yep. Jeez. Okay. This guy's really pissed off about it. Alec Nax is speaking truth. He's got, what does he say, 13,000 channel points and nothing to spend them on. So Tashir, over at twitch.tv/Tashir Games, told a really entertaining story. It's about a streamer that I'm not previously familiar with and now want to get familiar with. Depending on the number of channel points that a person spends, the streamer on his face cam will put on a different Pokemon hat. And the way that he introduces it is that he has a little animation where it goes, "Who's that Pokemon?" And it shows like a silhouette. And then when it comes back from it, it's him wearing the Pokemon hat. Which is really clever. The way that Tashir described it, I really want to see this now. I also really want to get back to the bike. And also uncheck this item. Okay. So, as we sort of wound down here, we might as well talk a bit about twitch.tv/Tashir Games. This weekend, he got to play Division Force both days. That is his Division 2 squad with folks like Deacon. And, man, he did a great stream today with Captain Vice. I'm not sure how, let's go with Captain Vice. VYSE. He and Tashir played a whole bunch of missions in Division 2, and it was a huge amount of fun, and they had a great conversation about, among other things, I don't want to go there during the nighttime, though. Let's hit this in the way. Let's hit this in the way. Okay. They had a great conversation about real-time strategy games and, like, Dawn of War 2, and Tashir was talking about some action role-playing games like Path of Exile. Just a really, really fun conversation. So you can check that out every weekend at twitch.tv/Tashir Games. But it's not the only day that he streams. He'll also be doing some additional single-player games coming up, and teased today the potential return of 5 Days, which is where he starts off the week, and Monday through Friday he'll play a different game for a few hours, and then basically decide which one he wants to see through to the end. And then once that game is complete in its entirety, he'll circle back around and do the cycle over again. And I think that's an awesome idea. So he was doing that prior to us starting to watch him, but hopefully he will be doing that again. Twitch.tv/HeWhoDies did a very, very fun Twitch Sings stream the other day, and also has been doing a lot of new artwork for people. He is basically relearning how to work with his art tablet, and is, in my opinion, very, very talented with it already. But he takes audience submissions and will work with you to sort of, realize a vision and see if he can draw it for you, because he wants to practice his skills, and at the end you may just wind up with an awesome piece of artwork for the effort. So please check him out at twitch.tv/HeWhoDies, HeWhoDies, much like this gentleman here. Crap. Yes, much like he doesn't fall easily to gunfire, so don't mess with him. Instead, be nice and hang out in his chat. Twitch.tv/Deacon is playing all manner of games lately. I don't remember at the moment if he has a brand new single-player game that he's moved on to, but he's been playing some Sea of Thieves with Toxic at Toxikk, and Petiken is Petieken. The two of them have been playing some Sea of Thieves recently, and Petiken himself has been moving forward with Division 2. Got a chance to play with Tashir earlier this weekend. I'm trying to remember if that was mostly yesterday or today. My days are, as always, a little bit confused based on, life, the universe, and everything. The Sunny Panda is a fantastically talented and, we'll just go with talented, because I'm failing to find a good synonym at this particular moment. Also, I'm going to burn out this bird's nest so we don't get murder crowed. And you can find him at twitch.tv/thesunnypanda, which is exactly the way that you would think it would be spelled.
Nest. Gotta be right around here.
Hit that, and then hopefully we'll use an incendiary bolt on the top one.
Where is it? God damn nest. It's gotta be close.
The Sunny Panda both plays Monster Hunter World for his own enjoyment, but much like He Who Dies and the artwork, is more than happy to join with viewers. So if you have a hunt that you would like some help with from some very, very high-level hunters, the Sunny Panda is a wonderful teammate and a very warm, fun, and friendly streamer, so I hope that you will check him out at twitch.tv/thesunnypanda. Papalotko has moved back to her modded Skyrim run, which I was very happy for. She is playing Skyrim with a whole mass of mods that were previously causing some stability problems. Club is noting, yes, it's very much like XCOM in that way, where it's a nice conversation and also murdering the hell out of those that used to be human. Anyway, Papalotko had briefly, or actually, hold on. No, hold on. This is going to get way worse. Yep, okay. No problem. It's fine. Heal. Okay. He's healed. Now, how do I get myself out of this? Oh, gunfire. Turns out was the answer. Okay. That's the thing about, that's one of my favorite things about Days Gone. You can never get too complacent because something is going to come along and just say, oh, you thought you were done.
Visitor center. That's gotta be it. No, I just gotta find some yeast. Kitchen, yeah. Well, it's gotta be in the kitchen. Shit. Breakers. Had to be breakers.
Yeah, and me without my sniper rifle.
Easy, could it?
Let's see. So, Papalotko is Papulatko. And if you ever need help to remember it, she has a little song. It goes Papulatko, Papalotko. So that makes it very easy to remember her Twitch handle. And links, by the way, to all of these folks in our About section at the bottom of the stream. I'm actually going to park the bike here briefly. We're going to see if we can maybe clear these guys out. Yeah, does anybody know if More Than a Mia is up? Let me just take a quick look here. Yeah, you know what? She is. So I think what we're going to do is save our Storm of the Visitor Center, where we need the yeast, for next time. On the way out, please check out twitch.tv/toxic. That's TOXIKK. And if you're raising an eyebrow at that, fear not. He is one of the nicest and most fun streamers that you're liable to find on Twitch. It's an incredibly ironic name, and one that is mostly born out of a band that he used to be in. Very musical, much like Tashir. On that note, let's not forget that Tashir recently released his new album, Because I Can, and you'll find a link to that not only at the bottom of this channel, but on his as well. And I hope that you will check that out as well. There's so many more people to recommend, like Elsoa TV, The Real Cutie Pie, Feecrest, but at the moment we are going to toss over to twitch.tv/morethanamia, who is getting ready, probably just starting up Graveyard Keeper, so I hope that you will join us as we head over there and find out what's happening in the dark underbelly world, the upside down of Stardew Valley, if you will. And thank you to Chivalry, who also has confirmed that she's live. Shout out to Chivalry as well. I don't know that I had a chance to say hello earlier, but I did see that you were here. Okay, we're going to call it here and hopefully be back as early as tomorrow morning to find out what's happening inside that visitor center. Until next time, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.